Big changes brewing at Old Trafford. Fire Man United hold talks for Ruben Amorim, seal a deal for Matheus Cunha, chase a 25-goal striker, and Antony gets emotional with a shocking revelation. Let's dive into the latest Red Devils transfer drama. Man United hold talks for perfect Ruben Amorim transfer as £84 million signing swerved. Manchester United transfer news and opinion as Men Sport takes a look at two fresh transfer links to two new attackers. Manchester United will be forced to start from square one this summer after recording their worst season in 51 years. United finished 15th in the Premier League and without any silverware for the first time in 3 seasons. Sunday's win over Aston Villa was Ruben Amorim's side's first win since the 3-0 victory at Leicester City in March. Plenty of work needs to be done in the transfer market for United to return to the pinnacle of English and European football. A new-look attack is expected to be the priority for Omar Barada and Jason Wilcox, with a new midfielder and goalkeeper all on their radar. Much has been made of the need to back Amorim for the start of the 2025-26 season. Mbeumo talks. Whilst a centre-forward who can be the linchpin of United's attack is the #1 priority, players to play off him are just as important. In Amorim's system, the two attacking midfielders are important, and bringing in a game-changer in that position is vital. According to TalkSport, United have held talks with Bryan Mbeumo over a possible move to Old Trafford, having been linked with a move to the club during the last few transfer windows. The 25-year-old scored 20 goals and provided another 7 assists in an impressive season for the Bees. He will enter the final year of his contract at Brentford in June, so this summer could be the final chance for them to cash in on him. A fee of £50 million has been touted, and Thomas Frank has already hinted that the club are a selling club. Men Sport's Josh Holland says, "I think Mbeumo would be a perfect signing for United and Amorim. One of the things the club has to get spot on is bringing players in which would complement the system and improve the playing team. Mbeumo, similar to Matheus Cunha, can play as centre-forward or shadow striker. He's not a number 9 that United need, but the thought of him running off the centre-forward and behind defences should excite supporters. A forward line of Mbeumo, Ahmad and Viktor Gyokeres is significantly better than the current crop at United. If they can beat Newcastle to his signature, it could be another statement signing. Shock Leo move. This is surely one to get excited about. According to reports, United and Chelsea have shown interest in AC Milan star Rafael Leo. It's been claimed that the Portugal international is set to leave the San Siro after Milan failed to qualify for European football. Team Talk have reported that United, Chelsea and Bayern Munich are all keeping tabs on Leo's situation. Matheus Cunha issues Wolves statement after agreeing Man United transfer. Matheus Cunha continues to be linked with a Wolves exit amid talk of an agreement with Manchester United as the Brazilian pays tribute to the Midlands club after his impressive year. Matheus Cunha has paid tribute to Wolves and their fans as he closes in on a move to Manchester United. The Brazilian has been a huge hit at Molino, helping steer the club clear of a relegation fight. Cunha was linked with a January exit but later signed a new deal, putting to bed any speculation, but his contract included a release clause which is due to be triggered this summer. Red Devils boss Ruben Amorim sees him as the ideal addition to his attack. The Wolves star has continued to perform despite talk of his exit and has equaled the most amount of goals scored in a Premier League season by a Brazilian. Cunha found the back of the net on 15 occasions and has paid tribute to the club's fan base. He admitted that they didn't get to the heights the supporters deserved, but his personal exploits came due to the dedication and love he has for Wolves, despite potentially playing his last game for the club. Cunha said on social media, "Wolves, what can I say to you? What an incredible season. We didn't get to where you deserve to be, but we did everything we could to make you proud. I love these guys. Individually, it was the best season of my life. All of this was only possible because of all the dedication and love I have for this club. I became the Brazilian with the most goals in a Premier League season, along with at Roberto_Firmino and at Gabriel Martinelli. I made mistakes and got things right, but always because I lived this club so much. All I ever wanted was to do the impossible for Wolves. Another one is over. And thank you all for all the affection. Looks good, looks fine. United now look set to add Cunha to their ranks. Despite missing out on the Champions League, it is understood they still have the finances to pursue the Brazilian. They desperately need to bolster their front line, with the likes of Rasmus Højlund continuing to underwhelm. Despite reports of an agreement between the forward and United, Vitor Pereira has remained coy on his future. I have the same information as you. I don't know. I just know he's my player. He's committed with the team, he's working with happiness, and we will see what happens. You must ask him. He is happy. I feel he is happy. Man United intensifying efforts to land 25-goal Italian in cheaper transfer than Gyokeres. Manchester United are reportedly intensifying their monitoring of an in-form Serie A striker, as they are looking for cheaper alternatives to Viktor Gyokeres. Man United have already made it clear that they are going to recruit for next season. They will have to if they have any hope of coming back from what was a woeful season, in which they finished 15th in the Premier League. The Red Devils have had their eyes on some star players for some time, sporting CP striker Gyokeres among them. However, financing a deal for the 54-goal Swede, and convincing him through the door, now seems unlikely. Indeed, United missed their shot at Champions League football when Tottenham beat them in the Europa League final, and Gyokeres scored 6 goals in this season's elite European competition, and will surely want to build on that. As such, Italian outlet Sport Mediaset reports United could focus on Moise Kean as an alternative to much more expensive options like Gyokeres. He has a €52 million, £43.6 million, release clause which is active for the first 15 days of July, and the report states United have intensified their monitoring of Kean given he could be a cheaper solution to Gyokeres. With 25 goals in the season just gone, including 19 in Serie A, the second highest tally in the division, Kean could well be a good option, despite having performed below those standards when he played in the Premier League previously. The report states that Fiorentina's potential failure to participate in European competitions was a risk to them keeping hold of Kean. But the Serie A side won on the final day to confirm a spot in the UEFA Conference League for next season. Meanwhile, a recent report on United's chase of Kean stated he would consider a move to Old Trafford if they both qualified for the Champions League and made a sufficiently attractive financial offer. One of those things is not possible, and the loss of revenue without European football could see the other hard to achieve, too. As such, Kean could choose another side instead of United, where his chance of success could be much better. Staying at Fiorentina might also be more likely than moving to Manchester given European football is on offer in at least some capacity. Man United round up, Gyokeres deal dead. It seems United's chances of landing Gyokeres are essentially dead, with Florian Plettenberg stating it is now almost off the table. He states that a move to Old Trafford is not the player's objective. However, another forward signing is close to being made by United, after Fabrizio Romano gave a "here we go" to Matheus Cunha's move from Wolves. Meanwhile, United are believed to be ready to compromise on the fee needed for somebody. Napoli are the most interested to sign Alejandro Garnacho, as the Naples club aren't expected to match the previous asking price of £60 to £70 million. Antony breaks down in tears over Man United move and makes startling admission. Antony became an outcast at Manchester United after falling out of the first-team picture before reviving his fortunes on loan at Real Betis, but the Brazilian has now shed light on his mental struggles at Old Trafford. Manchester United star Antony has given an emotional interview, breaking down in tears after admitting he went days without eating during his struggles at Old Trafford and couldn't take it anymore. The Brazilian cost £85 million when he signed for United from Ajax in 2022 but struggled to justify his huge price tag. The 25-year-old failed to start a Premier League game for the team under either Erik ten Hag or Ruben Amorim this season and was sent out on loan to Real Betis, where he has rediscovered his best form. Antony has previously admitted he now has a smile on his face after being untrusted by manager Manuel Pellegrini, having been on the sidelines for so long at Old Trafford. Now he has spoken out to reveal how unhappy he was in Manchester, saying he went through difficult times and felt emotional, having lost the pleasure of playing football. The most alarming of his admissions was that he locked himself in his room and went days without eating. Speaking to TNT Sports Brazil, he became tearful while recalling his difficult season at United. He said, Coming to Betis changed a lot because I needed to find myself, because of everything I went through in my personal life. As I said, I wanted to do things, but they didn't seem to work out because I wasn't happy. I didn't feel that desire to play football, and I needed to find myself and be happy again because playing football was always something I loved. I went through difficult times at Manchester United when I no longer felt that pleasure. I even always told my brother, I told him that I couldn't take it anymore. My brother told me to hold on a little longer, that things were going to change. It even made me emotional, because they were very hard days for me, Antony said, reduced to tears as he recounted the story. Only I know what it was like to be there at home, not having the strength to even play with my son, going days without eating, staying locked in my room. So, for me it was very complicated, but thank God, with the help of my family and mainly with the help of God, I managed to get ahead and today I am very happy here. Antony has a chance to end his season with a trophy as he prepares for the UEFA Conference League final against Chelsea on Wednesday night. He has so far scored 9 goals and provided 2 assists and become a fan favourite after dramatically turning his fortunes around, and he is not expected to return to United. Betis are desperate to keep him but can't afford the £40 million United are seeking. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.